video games and culture. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the host of our show, Mr. Eli.
Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome to The Wait, and today we're live, of course. It's Tuesday night. We're going to talk about the playoffs, the NBA lottery draft, and the Panthers are going to sell the team for $2.2 billion.
That's a lot of bread.
That's a lot of bread. Welcome to my co-host.
What up, podcast world? Welcome to another episode of The Wait. The world according to Eli. Music, sports, video games, and culture.
It's Tuesday night. I'm feeling excited.
It's a Tuesday night, and Eli is super excited, so that means something has happened in his favor. Yeah. So let's get right to it.
Okay, so last night, let's kick off with the Celtics and Cavs. So y'all played on Monday, right?
Yeah, we played our first game on
Saturday.
Right? No, Sunday, 3 o'clock was game one.
Okay, Sunday.
And Boston Celtics put that work in.
Right, they did. I feel like LeBron kind of took his time.
He seemed to be a little passive.
Passive, and then
lethargic.
Right. There we go.
He seemed to be feeling them out.
Right. I feel like he kind of tanked.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting that. Because I think LeBron could score 15 points without even trying.
Right. So the fact that he went 6 for 15, only had 7 turnovers, and he only drove to the basket 3 times. That's kind of
that lets me know he's kind of assessing. I think he's gearing up for a long series.
Right.
He knows, or he understands that, listen, there's no way he's going to beat the Warriors. So this may be LeBron's move.
This might be his move to kind of go down with Boston.
Absolutely.
Or to Boston. I do think he's going to put up a fight tonight, because they play tonight for game 2, 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
And I still think this is going to go 7. If he is going to lose to Boston, it's going to be in 7 games.
Yeah, I'm also saying, giving credit to the Celtics, those young guards on the perimeter, on the wing, Tatum and Brown, and along with Morris, who said that he was the LeBron stopper.
Right.
This has, they struck first. They're at home.
Yeah.
They're pretty good at home.
But also, you guys only missed some y'all missed 10 wide open
We missed
shots.
14 straight jump 3-pointers, and that will never happen again. That's what you call an anomaly.
Right.
It's just one of those things. Now, some of it could be attributed to defense.
Right.
And some of it is just wide open misses that they normally make, and that becomes the difference in the game. I think Brad Stevens is going to turn LeBron into a jump shooter. Yeah, and LeBron is only shooting 15% in the playoffs from 3, or something to that effect.
All right, so turning him into a jump shooter to me doesn't work to me in terms of, unless we're talking about retro LeBron.
If his jumper's not on.
No, but what I'm saying is, Paul Pierce said it, and I understand it, but with this older, better LeBron, to me, I feel like the jump shooting, it's going to hurt you more, too.
Well, it's a make-or-miss league.
I understand that, but look, I'm saying is, I get it. Him going to the basket is a lot harder to guard, a lot harder for him to stop if he's going to the basket, but still turning him into the jump shooter, he can still get 40 points and 15 assists and 10 rebounds.
I think
off of that. He just did it to Toronto.
Toronto has a different set of personnel. Boston
but Boston still cannot stop him.
But Boston can throw 6 different bodies at him to try to wear him down.
What 6 bodies do they have that can wear him down?
You start with Morris. You give Harford a shot in there. You give Tatum a shot.
Okay, first of all,
give Marcus Smart a shot.
No. First of all, Marcus Smart, Tatum are too small for him. Secondly, if you're going to put Al Horford on him, that's going to leave Kevin Love wide open.
Yeah, but then you can bring Baines in or for some of that action.
Yeah, yeah.
So if put it like this, if LeBron is going to be able to penetrate, that means he's going to be able to find open shooters because you got to double.
Okay,
if he shoots over the top and he doesn't make it, you pack in your defense, you get your rebound, you start running.
All right.
So tonight will be the telltale tape for me. If LeBron comes out and plays the way LeBron is capable of playing and they grab game 2,
right,
They're going to go up to Cleveland and win 3 and 4 because Boston is not a good road team. Boston is going to be under pressure to win Game 5, and LeBron and them can close them out in 6.
Okay, so I do agree that you guys most likely are going to win the 2 road games. I just think that Game 4 is going to be really tough.
Doesn't matter. They're all going to be tough games. I just think
I do think y'all going to win like the next 2 games.
Their game doesn't travel with them, and if LeBron knows if he wins this game,
okay, so
it changes the dynamics of the series.
You're going off of the 1-4 record. That's not like it's not like when they're on the road. It's not like they're like 0-16.
No, but 1-4, they're 8-0 at home. That's not a great sample, but they're 8-0 at home. They're 1-4 on the road. I'll take my chances. And
all I'm saying is that the sample is not that big to just.
It's not a big sample, but LeBron plays well in the playoffs. I'm not even sure they've lost besides Game 1.
Right, to the Pacers.
To the Pacers, they haven't lost any home games.
True.
You know what I mean? So they played tough, and that was just Game 1 where the Pacers jumped on them.
Right.
And I don't think they were prepared to win.
And that was a bad matchup.
So. And it was a bad matchup. So what else we got?
We have the Houston Rockets versus Golden State Warriors Game 1.
This was a big game. Listen, the energy in the building was huge.
Yeah.
I could feel it through the TV.
Yeah, me too.
On the layup line, everything looked, everybody looked focused.
I was so confident in Golden State that they were gonna put that out. Green set the tone with the technical. Now, don't get me wrong. The technical.
No, but it set the tone.
I didn't want him to get that, but it automatically set the tone.
He basically mushed
James Harden,
and nobody came to James Harden defense.
Right.
So he was saying, I can come in your building. It don't matter. I'm still
on top of that. He ran like right back down off of the technical. Went straight to the draft, trying to explain that,
Yeah.
A little bit out of proportion.
And then he leveled.
Right, he leveled
Trevor Ariza.
Right, and he outplayed Capella.
He did.
That's the first thing I noticed. Number 2, I said it before the series started, they don't have a person to guard Kevin Durant.
They have zero answer. Kevin Durant was getting everything he wanted. Not some of the things he wanted.
Right.
Everything.
And then the third thing I've also noticed that was kind of a problem to you, but I kind of seemed to make it work in my head, which was the Looney and Kevin Durant guarding Chris Paul and James Harden.
That was a weird. They kept switching off, and Looney and Kevin Durant was on Harden and Chris Paul.
Right.
And I thought when they had those matchups, they got what they wanted.
But I also noticed when he put those 2 defenders on Chris Paul and James Harden, he knew that they were, number one, they were going to be playing iso ball for 20 seconds out of the 24 shot clock.
Yes.
And he knew that they're not a mid-range, like going to the basket type
Well,
of
Chris
team.
Paul can play mid-range game. I think he's
of course
more
he
comfortable
can. Of course
there.
he can. But I had in that whole sequence from like the second quarter on, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I mean, he did. He got a couple of mid-range shots.
Now, there are some shots that they hit over them that they made, but they ran so much time off the shot clock.
Because of the iso ball.
Because of the iso ball, and that's what he was planning on in his head.
And they said that the iso ball,
they normally
run
22
plays. They ran 45.
Right.
So they doubled the ISO plays, and that plays right into the hands of Golden State.
Right,
because they were just standing around.
And resting us. And
they were standing around, and then they got focused with 20 seconds or 4 seconds left on the shot clock.
Right. They would heave up a shot, and it just somehow goes
No,
in.
I'm talking about their defense would sit there.
Oh, right.
And then they would get in their stance with 4 seconds left because they know now you have to shoot it.
Right.
It's almost like in football, you can time the play coming because you're watching the play clock.
Right.
So you know when you're going to get a good jump on the play. So they're playing defense like that, and it's going to be hard to beat them.
And also, I will give them the credit because they played so physical with Steph Curry, it threw him off.
Well, they're making Steph work both ends of the floor.
We both know Steph does not like to play physical.
Right.
He doesn't like it because it throws his rhythm off. With
Absolutely.
The running around. Same thing with Clay. But they because Kevin Durant, they were willing to let Kevin Durant eat because they know they can't really stop him. Just like we don't particularly have a guard to stop James
But
Harden.
you can't let Klay Thompson go for 30.
Right. So because you focus so much on Steph, you got
and that's
wide open shot.
That's the quagmire.
And Iguodala got Ariza and PJ taken into foul trouble, which is...
And that's the quagmire because you can't stop all 3 of their perimeter shooters.
Right.
It really takes a 48-minute effort of of monumental proportions to pull off that. Right. So next game, if they shut down Clay, Steph will get off.
Right.
If they double Durant, Clay will get off.
Right. And there's so much pressure for them in game 2 because if they don't win game 2,
they might not win a game. If they don't win game 2, they're gonna get swept.
They are going to get destroyed because they're not going back to Houston.
So tomorrow is game 2.
Tomorrow is the
series.
Is the series.
And I kind of think that for the night, even though I think LeBron, if he loses 2 in Boston,
no, it's different for me with Cleveland. I feel like LeBron, him going back home benefits him.
But he would have to win both games at home.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And plus, they don't have home court advantage because if they did, Cleveland would have won game 1 going into game 2 tonight.
Right. Absolutely. So that's how that's rocking.
Side note, I didn't like the demeanor of Paul and James Harden
in the press conference, right?
They just look automatically defeated.
They looked defeated. They did. They was kind of frustrated with the questions, and I'm like, this is game 1. If you frustrated with the questions from the reporters in game 1, you in for a long series,
right?
Because
and we slightly got into their heads because now your home court advantage is
you worked
gone.
7 months to get home court advantage, and in 1 game, it's over.
Right.
Now, you can win it back. Right. First of all, you got to win game 2 in your building. Then you can surprise them by getting 1 of the 2.
Right.
And then we in for a long series. I don't see it happening, but that's why we play the games. Because these things can happen.
Right.
You know?
Definitely. So we have the draft lottery.
The lottery, the draft lottery is tonight. And I think that this is critical for a couple of reasons.
LeBron's future one.
LeBron's future first and foremost. They have a 3% chance, Cleveland does, of getting the number 1 pick. But they had a 3% chance a few years ago.
Right. And they have a 10% chance of getting the number 3 pick.
So he brings his son.
Right.
Has always been his good, Dan Gilbert always brings his son, who's his good luck charm. I wonder if his son is going to be there tonight. Right. Because, and like you said, they're just trying to get in the top 3. In the top 3.
Right. That could change. That gives some interest to LeBron.
Right. They might say, listen, LeBron, we're going to ship this pick off to bring in Kawhi Leonard or, something of that nature and put you in a position to stay. Because I truly do think if they make a grand effort that he will stay.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We have my dog in the background barking like the crazy animal he is.
Yes. So, I think that that's important.
I think that is important. I think for certain teams like Phoenix
is looking at if they get this kid. They said this kid DeAndre Ayton is the new Shaq.
Yeah, he's a beast.
He's a beast.
He's from Arizona.
So if Phoenix gets him to couple with
Devin Booker, Payne, who they traded,
and Josh Jackson is
out Jackson, yeah.
Right? It makes them a little formidable.
But, side note, if they don't get that number 1 pick, do they still go with him or do they? Because there is a little rumor going around that Phoenix has a offer to Clint Capella because Capella's contract, his final year is up after the season, and they're trying to. What they're doing is they can offer him a max contract.
Got you.
So I mean, do you go with the rookie or do you go with the veteran?
Well, I'm hearing that the new coach of Phoenix was the Luka Doncic coach, the guy from Europe, who most people say could be the number 1 pick, was his coach overseas. So he may choose to take his boy.
Right.
These are just some of the things. So they're saying Sacramento may get Marvin Bagley. This is all a mock draft, so ain't nothing.
Get Phillies pick?
Huh?
The Celtics get Phillies pick?
The 76ers.
Yeah.
Get Philly. The 76ers are Philly.
No, do the Celtics get
Celtics?
Oh, no, I think the Celtics was getting the Lakers pick. If the Lakers...
I think if the Lakers fall out of the top 3, it goes to the Celtics.
And actually, Lakers are not even in the top 14. They played well enough to fall out of the draft, so that doesn't count. Had the Lakers wound up in the draft and got the number 1 to 3 pick, if memory serves me correct, that pick would have went to Boston.
Yeah.
Go figure.
And Boston did trade a future pick from Philly last year to move down to the number 3 pick.
We have Trae Young scheduled to go at number 7 to the Cavaliers.
Right. Now, that would, to me,
I don't know if that's enough to keep LeBron, even though he could. He's a shooter.
Right, but I don't think LeBron wants to work with rookies.
there are rookies and then there are special rookies. Meaning, if he winds up, he's ahead of Steph Curry's schedule.
Right. Yeah.
In terms of coming out of college.
Yeah.
Nobody knew Steph was going to be that kind of a shooter.
Right.
This kid is shooting from Steph area now. Right? So, LeBron loves spacing the floor. He loves playing with players who can space and give him the space he needs.
Right.
If you have to, stay on this kid, that could be something. And he fell. He was going to be in the top 2 or 3 picks, but his second half of the season.
And like we said, depending on when you guys end up, that might go up a little higher.
Right. Now, I see there's a Michael and Miles Bridges. I don't know if they're brothers. They're scheduled to go 10 and 11 to Philadelphia. Philadelphia at number 10.
Michael Porter might go to Orlando.
Okay, that could be a good fit for him. Orlando.
I don't see. My expectations is he didn't play a single year,
but neither did Kyrie.
I know
Irving.
Kyrie, but you see. But now it's not looking like it's panning out for Kyrie either.
Kyrie is an all-star. Kyrie is a champion.
But he does get hurt a lot.
But, I mean, you can't really base that on one game. See, they already know when these kids come out of high school where they're going. These kids know they got to play 1 year college as a formality. If Michael Porter Jr. could have came out last year, he'd have probably been the number 1 pick. If he could have came right out of high school. You see what I'm saying? Question. So it's a formality whether he played 1 or 5 games.
Same thing with Zion.
And Marvin Bagley and these guys, So that's what it's looking like. We will be talking more about this. As a matter of fact, it's going to be on live in the next half hour.
Yeah, or at least 8 o'clock, because they'll be talking for at least 30 minutes of
so our show tonight will be a little short, but we want to get some action out there to you.
So Dwayne Casey from Toronto Raptors gets fired after 7 seasons.
What do you think about that?
It was the right move. I said that the last show.
It was a bad move?
No, I said it was the right move.
Oh, okay. Why was it the right move?
Because he had to go. You need a new face, a fresh energy to bring in there.
New voice.
But I also think they still should get rid of one of the two.
But the logical thing and the GM, I forget his name.
The one that cursed.
The one who he's very fired up for Toronto. Yeah. He said it was the hardest thing he had to do because
Dwayne
Casey's a classy guy. Right. And when you look at his record, because even the NBCA, which is the National Basketball College Association, voted him. That's amongst his peers. Voted him Coach of the Year.
Right.
But that doesn't hold any weight when you can't beat LeBron, or you can't even win a game in the last 2 years against LeBron.
Right.
And sometimes it's just a new voice. It's not an indictment on him not being able to coach.
Right. That's not the problem. We keep getting into this roadblock and we can't somehow get over it.
And sometimes a new voice is what's needed.
Right.
So
if you had to
and they said they fired him early so that if there were other opportunities and jobs, which is appreciated, he could have his name in the running, or unless he chooses to take a year off. A lot of times these coaches will take a year off, kind of recharge their battery.
So do we have Mark Jackson in the lead, or
for Toronto's job?
Yeah.
Buckholzer, the one who used to coach Atlanta,
right.
Budenhauser. I'm jumping ahead. They're saying he's the front runner to take the Bucks job, but he was also in the running for the Toronto job.
Okay.
So it's up to him which team he thinks. Does he think Greek the Freak and them have more potential, or does he feel Toronto a great city?
I mean, they're both good teams.
Yeah. He's not starting from the bottom.
Right.
You're taking over a team that won 59 games in Toronto.
Honestly, I would probably take the Toronto job because Toronto has a really good bench.
Yeah.
To me, better than Milwaukee. And they don't have 3-point shooting. I'm talking about Milwaukee.
Right. So,
and in this league, that's not gonna work.
And then it might come down to dollars and cents.
Right. True.
And who's gonna offer you the most money.
So speaking on the NBCA, the voting for coaching of the year for Dwayne Casey, they didn't give a single vote to Brad Stevens.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird.
I thought that looked shady to me.
Maybe he's not a part of the coaching family right now because he didn't play. I'm just trying to tell you, he didn't play basketball. He's not a part of the basketball lineage.
He's younger than all you guys.
He's younger than these guys. Here he comes out of the clear blue, but he understands the game. He obviously understands the game.
Dude, this is gonna be his. What is this? His third, 3 out of 4 Eastern Conference appearance.
Yeah. So he's doing his thing.
But I don't agree that he didn't get we're not one single vote.
Absolutely. I can agree with that. That sounds like a little haterism.
It is a little. You're right. Jealousy.
Yeah.
On their part.
But if you're not a part of their family, even though now he's a part of the coaching fraternity, so they have to accept him. Becky Hammond got an interview from the Bucks. She's the assistant coach for the San Antonio Spurs, and of course a WNBA legend.
Right.
And I think that's a great start. I didn't think she was qualified to get the job. You can't just hire her because she was a woman. She has to pay her dues.
Right.
But now that she's in the circle,
I think I would give her a good 2 to 3 more seasons.
And now they moved her from the back of the bench
to the front, right?
To the front of San Antonio bench because one of their assistants got hired for Atlanta. The Charlotte job.
Right.
So now she'll sit on the front.
People
of the
are moving.
bench.
It opens up opportunities for her.
Absolutely. So let's clap that up for her.
And I think I don't want to, because my thing is I don't want to throw her into the fire just yet.
No, 2 more years of being on the bench, and I think her experience of working with Pop, she's going to be a head coach in this league.
Yeah, definitely.
She knows the game, and I believe she'll be a head coach. They said there was a record number of people who watched the Rockets-Warriors game. 8.8 million people is a brand new record. Let's clap that up. That because most people know that this is the NBA Finals.
Right.
They know this, so you're gonna be tuned in, intrigued with every game.
I'm not surprised. These are the 2 best teams in the West.
Right.
There's been a lot of drama behind both of these teams because the Rockets owner and Clint Capella has said we're the best team.
You got to go out and prove that.
Golden State's not looking too good in the beginning of the season.
This Golden State stuff is starting to look rigged. I mean, they're so stacked. I know you like stacked teams, but the NBA's got to do something about that. LeBron has to tip the power back somewhere or do something.
Well, I mean, it's the Kevin Durant effect.
Right. And I'm saying he went to an already stacked team, and he's an unselfish player who fits seamlessly into their offense.
And because of that, we had the best offseason in NBA history.
And you have to thank you had the best before he showed up.
No, I'm talking about his effect going to Golden State affected everything around us. There were so many trades and so many teams.
Right.
That's why I said we had one of the best off seasons ever. Because we had Jimmy Butler going to the Timberwolves. We had Chris Paul going to the Rockets. We had Boston and Cleveland trading both of their point guards.
Which was weird.
Right.
Trading your point guard to a rival team was really a bad move. That was terrible.
So we had a lot of moves. I do expect wherever LeBron goes is going to affect the same thing.
Also, you have to give Steph Curry a lot of credit. He was the 2-time league MVP.
Yeah, to step aside.
And for him to allow Kevin Durant to come into his house and basically take his house over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It reminds me of the way D-Wade did for LeBron in Miami.
Right.
You know, he allowed LeBron to come in and gave LeBron the keys to the house.
Right.
And it resulted in 2 more championships for D-Wade.
And I think for all 4 of them, they don't really care. They just want to win championships.
And if that's the motto, then LeBron has to land somewhere with a bunch of guys who are not in it for their ego.
Right.
And are in it to win it.
And I think Philly might be a good spot because I feel like Embiid is kind of like that only ego that you got to kind of...
Philly is trying to get LeBron and Kawhi in it.
Well, they're not. I don't think they're gonna get both.
Well, they can sign LeBron straight up, and they can trade for Kawhi.
Like Fultz and like a pick.
I would trade Embiid.
Yeah, because he slows down the tempo.
I would get Embiid out of there.
He slows down the tempo, and he's so hurt.
Just my humble opinion. No hate on Embiid.
And also
and San Antonio likes big men. David Robinson, Duncan. You know what I mean? Aldridge.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. You get a third team involved.
And I feel like Golden State also, they're willing to take a lot of pay cuts. Because, like, Clay
is already stating he's willing to take a pay cut. He loves his job.
I believe Kevin Durant has stated that earlier before we got into, like, the All-Star. He's going to take another pay cut.
Right. So
which is going to help us.
It requires, absolutely. It requires a lot on management. To me, that's a testament of management and its players working together.
Right.
And you don't see that a lot. Usually management has an agenda and the players, I'm going to get all the money I can get.
Right.
If they're working together like that, that's the new motto. I got to clap that up. You know what I mean? As much as I hate to see it, I have to clap it up because rarely are you seeing players and management.
Yeah. Why would you trade Embiid?
I would trade him if I had to trade Embiid or Ben Simmons. I think Ben Simmons' uptick or potential is greater. Embiid is always hurt,
and to add on to that, the pace of their offense goes up when he's off the court.
When Embiid was out for those 16 games, they still won 16 games in a row or whatever.
And
so it's not an indictment on Embiid. Right. It's not saying he's not good. But Kawhi Leonard with LeBron James and Ben Simmons, along with other shooters around them,
they win the East.
Would pretty much win in the East, in my humble opinion.
They win the East.
And when you trade somebody, if you're trying to get Kawhi, you have to put something of value out there. The Spurs are not going to get fleeced. So you can't just throw Markelle Fultz and somebody in there and get Kawhi. Because then if you're able to keep Embiid, Simmons, get Kawhi and LeBron, then they are the Golden State Warriors.
Now, do they give up with Embiid JJ Redick? Like a 3-point?
No, I think, if it's for salary cap purposes, yes.
Because I feel like one of their 3-point shooters might have to go, like a Bellinelli or a JJ Redick.
Yeah, but 3-point shooters, standalone 3-point shooters, you can find.
Right.
Guys who can't put the ball on the floor, you can find those as 3-point shooters.
Right.
And last but not least in the NBA, ESPN 30 for 30 is doing a 10-part series on Michael Jordan and the Spurs. I mean, and the Bulls.
In the 90s.
10-part series. Wow. That's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I saw the clip.
I wonder if LeBron. I wonder if Michael Jordan is going to be in.
He's narrating it.
Oh, he is?
Yes, he's narrating it. So he's going to be a part of it. It's a 10-part series and comes out in 2019.
I wonder how much would they pay him for that? Because
does he need the money, or is he trying to solidify his legacy? Because we're starting not to forget about Michael, but LeBron.
You mean like in terms of like off the court stuff, like trying to?
He makes plenty of money off the court.
No, I'm not talking about the money. I'm talking about like the speaking out part.
Yeah.
Because remember, Melo flamed him for not speaking out on these.
Well, no, I don't think this has anything to do with social issues. I just think his legacy, a 10-part series of what it took for them to win those 6 championships, why not put his final stamp on that situation?
I'm excited about that.
You're listening to the sounds of the wheat. The world according to Eli.
All right, we're back. Welcome to the wait. We're gonna jump into some MLB news.
Yeah, not a lot of news, but the Yankees are rolling.
Yeah, we're like 19-2.
19-3 in the last 22 games.
Right, we got Washington for the next 2 games.
Yeah.
We won 7 straight series, and we got the best record in the MLB.
And side note, Bryce Harper wants to play for the Yankees. He's a Mickey Mantle fan, from what I understand. Or his father was a Mickey Mantle fan, and he wants to play for the Yankees. And him being a left-handed hitter, that left field porch,
right,
or that right field porch,
because he is a free agent this year.
Yeah,
and there's no salary cap in baseball, so it can't work.
Yeah, it can, but they need to do something about their pitching.
Right now, can that work? So would you have like Giancarlo on the left side, Judge on the right, and then him in the middle?
Yeah. I would have him play center field.
Right.
And tell him the same way when A-Rod wanted to come to the Yankees, they said, listen, we got a shortstop. His name is Derek Jeter.
Right.
And he'll be a future Hall of Famer. If you want to come, he got to play third base. Right. So A-Rod played third base.
And also, 4 of our hitters have hit like 20 home runs.
Yeah. No, not 20 apiece. Collectively, they've already hitting a lot of home runs.
Yeah, there we go.
And they look like that they're going to continue to do that. But in the playoffs, it boils down to pitching. And if we don't get another ace in here...
No, we need relievers. We don't even need...
We need middle relievers, but one more ace in the front of that lineup won't hurt either.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
So, on other news, Robinson Cano has been suspended 80 games for steroids.
No, for using something that masks steroids. So what it says is it implies that he was using steroids.
Right.
And he was using a substance to try to hide so that if he ever got tested, it wouldn't show up in his test. Side note, he also broke his hand.
Right.
And I thought that his suspension wouldn't start until his hand healed, but you're telling me that it's concurrent, which means it starts immediately.
Yeah, so that's what I heard.
Well, that's beneficial for him because he probably was going to be out for 50, 60 games anyway.
So, we'll see. So, NFL news, Des Bryant is still a free agent.
And I'm very surprised at that.
I'm not.
I mean, Malcolm thinks he's trash.
I'm not.
I don't think he's trash. I think perhaps he got a little comfortable in Dallas. And I think this may spark a fire under him, and you can catch lightning in the bottle.
I think people don't want to deal with his drama.
Yeah, that's true. But all wide receivers are divas.
No, don't get me wrong, too. I understand that. And also, he wants a specific amount of money.
He thinks he's worth more than teams are willing to pay him.
Right.
And I think teams are waiting him out now to say, listen, this is what we have.
Right.
He should go back to the Cowboys. He should tuck his tail. And if they offer him $5 million, go back to the Cowboys. At least that's what you know. But I'm hearing Green Bay.
Now, that's because of Jason Witten.
Jason Witten mentioned that Green Bay would be a good fit. And they lost Jordy Nelson.
Jordy Nelson to the Raiders.
So perhaps filling that with Des Bryant. And them Green Bay fans love you in Green Bay. If you play hard, they'll love you.
Yeah, I don't know. He can't catch.
Yeah. And the Panthers sold. Yeah. The Panthers were sold. The Carolina Panthers were sold to David Tepper. He was a minority owner for the Pirates.
Right.
And now he's
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Steelers. I said the Pirates. I'm talking baseball. The Pittsburgh Steelers. He was a minority owner for them, and now he owns the Carolina Panthers for $2.2 billion. That is the highest sale of a team.
Real quick.
Let's clap that up, man. Football is making moves.
Real quick. Say that one more time.
Say it again.
Dan Gilbert's son was at the...
Oh, he is. Okay, perfect. Okay.
My thing is, I know he said, I know the Panthers owner said really wild stuff about the whole national anthem kneeling, and I was wondering why hasn't the Texans sold their team?
Well, because the Panthers owner said some other racial stuff that was
but didn't the Texans
caught on tape, if memory serves me correct. Or he's involved in some kind of sexual scandal, something to that effect, which put a nail in the coffin. It's more than what the Texans owner was saying, so it runs a little bit deeper than that.
Okay.
Baseball, go ahead.
Because I was just saying they both are under crime, and same thing with the Redskins team.
Absolutely,
they're all three under crime, and they're just
those are not crimes. Those are just
allegations.
Allegations and now betting is legal.
Right.
I want to mention that too amongst the four major sports. And now instead of going to illegal mafia people to place bets on sports, now if your state allows it, you can bet.
And New York is right behind New Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey is already ahead of the edge in terms of doing, which means in a couple of weeks you can be able to do that in New Jersey.
Right.
And I don't know how that's going to work. Gambling is dangerous. It's like drinking. It's addictive. But if the NBA and these sports are already losing a lot of money, they might as well get some money for it. I wonder how that works for Pete Rose now, who was banned from baseball from betting, and now betting is legal. It's almost like if you're in jail for selling marijuana, and now marijuana is legal.
Am I a free man?
Shouldn't they let you out of jail? So we're going to pay close attention to how...
Yeah. I like it though. I mean, it's an interesting aspect of the sport.
Absolutely. So give me some information before we close out today on Deadpool.
Deadpool,
what you hearing on the streets?
I'm hearing Deadpool is really good. I'm hearing that
Rotten Apple gave it what?
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes probably gave it a 95.
Okay.
So, and a lot of they're saying that the trailer doesn't
do it justice
to the movie. It's misleading.
Okay.
So you might watch the trailer and think that it's not that good, but when you go watch it,
it's gonna be pretty good.
It's gonna be pretty good.
All right, I like that. So
I'm excited about that. So we'll see this Friday how well it does.
And we out of here. So Eli, where can we be reached?
We can be reached on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud, iTunes. YouTube.
Okay.
All at the way podcast. Subscribe to my YouTube, like, comment, and listen to me on SoundCloud and iTunes.
And we are going to watch the draft.
Yeah.
We're out of here. Peace.